Got it.
Hello, everybody. As I cough.
Dude,
What you say it again? Your audio's wonky.
I know. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. It is 1:30 local time, which means it's 2:30 your time, Liz, because
Yep.
we are in different places. Proof of life. Hi. Um, we haven't filmed in a while.
No, it's been like 3 weeks.
I gotta stop playing with my nails, gonna break. Okay. Has it been that long?
Because Thursday the 8th was the last time we filmed. That was,
Last time I saw you in person for a while.
I know.
Um, yeah, the Rona got us
So bad.
so bad. We have experienced our first bout of COVID, and it was not fun. I was what? It took me almost 2 weeks to test negative. It took you more like three.
It was just under 20 days, I think. Like
Yeah,
eight somewhere.
it was 12 for me. So yeah, we're moving a little slowly right now. If any of y'all have packages that or anything you've ordered, like let's see, I think we shipped everything that was purchased over like the Black Friday sales, or not the that was earlier. This is gonna be fun for a while.
We have one package that came in on Tuesday. Everything else before that got shipped. Actually, it came in
Any
like Monday.
anything from the Sunday Sit and Stitch, the December Sunday Sit and Stitch, to the sales we had because we were down and out for the count,
Yeah.
has been shipped, up to things that were purchased like just recently. And that stuff's not going out until I get back to the shop because I do the labels. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have the shop open tomorrow,
Yep. Thursday from 10
Thursday. Say it
Yep.
again.
Thursday from 10 to 4.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm assuming when I can't hear you, other people can't either. So I'm gonna have you repeat stuff.
That's
Yeah. So we thought we'd do a really quick proof of life. I don't even know how long this will be recording. We started like what, like 5-10 minutes ago.
yeah.
Okay, I can keep an eye up on my thing. Not that anyone like is like, oh my gosh, you filmed too long today. But I am at my sister's house in Illinois. I made it there. I almost didn't make it. I tested negative like the day before my flight. I was very, 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 very faintly fuzzy positive the day before that. But I was worried I was going to have to change my flights and do all this crazy stuff. So yeah, we haven't had sit and stitch in a while, but we just haven't had the energy. Like
I
we're both negative now, but oh,
I come home from work and die.
and I can't imagine working right now. I worked one day and it was rough, and it was only 3 hours. And then I came out here, and I'm not doing that much out here, but like one thing a day has me tanked. So, um, what are you working on, Liz? You have knitting in your hands.
I have knitting in my hands. I hold on. Find a spot. It took me 2 weeks to make this. Yay!
Were you working on that at home when you were out, or
I started it when Bernie had his VA appointment and I sat in the car,
okay?
and then I keep taking it to work going I had the I was all the way up to take the thumb stitches off
Uh-huh.
before work, and I've had it in my purse every day that I've gone to work going, I'll work on that. And everybody's like, we have nobody here. Do you want me to go get your project out of your bag? And I'm like, no. And it's out there. So today I finished the rest and then finished the thumb and started the other one
There you go.
and found one more double point so I could start another one.
Now, is that all apothecary yarn?
Yes.
Okay, I should mention most of what we're going to talk about today is may not be yarn that's in the shop. this is proof of life, which means we're not trying to sell stuff. We're just trying to tell y'all that we are I don't think we're okay yet, but we're surviving. So like I brought Christmas presents I needed to finish or had finished, and I brought personal projects. I did not bring any shop knitting. Well, there might be like one thing that's shop knitting, but I'm not really working on it. So I'm trying to be good to myself and work on my own stuff. But if I show y'all anything, it means that it may not be available in the shop. So you can ask and we will say sorry. Because we are actually trying to take some time for ourselves, which is both hard in a personal sense and supposed to be rewarding and stuff. And it's like, for me at least, I don't know.
Like, knitting is exciting, but exhausting all at the same time. Like, it's like, I have to actually think and count, and my brain can't do two things at one time.
I went to visit with some of Rachel's knitting friends. She crochets with them, but they knit. And I was trying to like work on my mom's scarf that's not done yet. And I had to put it away. I had to switch to more mindless. I started working on a sock because I was just like, nope. This is the one present. So I was still knitting the second glove for Rachel on Christmas morning, but luckily everyone stayed up so late the night before. Not me. I didn't have to go to Christmas services because I'm sick. Luckily everyone got up so late and we opened presents so late. I actually managed to finish her second glove. So everything was done except for my mom's scarf. But my mom's scarf is pretty intricate, and I'm like, it's Mayu lace. I was like, Mom, this is what it'll look like when it's blocked. And because right now it's not quite as spread out and fancy. The lace will really sing once I block it. And I brought my blocking, my knit blockers, my little pins, so I could finish it here and block it. And this is not much longer than when I got here. Cause I'm loving this, but I'm tired of it. So I think I need to take a break from it, but I'm still on my first 50-gram skein of my lace weight stuff. Let me see, somewhere here I have I have all these bags around me. Half my suitcase was knitting stuff, but personal projects. This little guy. Only one of these. I still have this much left. And I have knit this much. Like, it goes a really long way, lace weight, which is really cool.
It's 50 grams, but you get the same yardage as a regular skein of fingering weight. So it's 437 yards per 50 grams. So,
and I am on a 2. I'm on a 2.25 millimeter. I'm on a US 2 needle to make this. And it's going to be so pretty when it's done. Like, again, if I kind of like stretch it, it's going to be so pretty when it's done. But it's taking forever. But I got 3 hats and 2 pairs of gloves done between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And someone was like, oh, but when you were homesick, maybe you made progress on your Christmas presents. And I'm thinking, yes, but not as much as if I'd stayed healthy and worked at the shop.
yeah.
I would have, like, I had time to sit home and knit, but half that time I either wasn't knitting very fast or I was too tired to knit.
It would like, especially like once I got energy to knit, it was knit 5 stitches and lay there for 10 minutes and knit.
I wasn't like that at the beginning. Like, I know you were. I just had times when I just couldn't do anything and I couldn't even watch TV and I went up to bed. But it didn't take long before my arms weren't too tired to knit. But it was just more like, even here in Illinois, I'm negative now, but I have to go back to bed at least once a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, this is the sock. This is actually available in the shop. It's my second pair of socks with a ball of footprints, little ankle socks, so I can actually wear them. This is what I worked on yesterday at the knitting group. I got through the heel gusset decreases, and now I just get to knit my foot. So that's fun. I brought, this is Yarn Baby special dyed yarn. It's not in the shop. I brought this so I could keep working on it.
Oh
And
wow.
I haven't done anything to it.
Well, it looks like you've gotten a lot done.
I have when I was knitting on it at home, right? But I haven't worked on it out here. What I have worked on out here, my birthday present to myself was fingering weight. And this is buy it directly from Yarn Baby. We don't have it in the shop. Fingering weight, hang on. Here's one of the unwound skeins. It's fingering weight from Yarn Baby. It is superwash merino, yak, and nylon. And I got
Ooh.
this multicolor one she has. I got 2 skeins of that. And then I got a skein each of more of a tonal. They go on either side of that. Like that, the one I got has gray. I could have gotten a gray too. It has like gray and this like plummy red kind of. It's not quite burgundy. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's funny, these 2 colors, the goldeny color and the it's like, it's almost like the, what color is it in Fiber Spates? The
Plum and burnished.
plum, not plum imps, the what did I make my golden fern out of?
It's plum or
Spice
it's
plum.
not
Spice
spice
plum.
plum.
Our brains, our brains. But it's like those 2 colors for that fingering, the only other fingering weight sweater I finished, I realized, but it's the yak base makes them a little more gray. And then, so what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to fade, I'm taking a regular sweater pattern for fingering weight yarn, and I'm going to fade from the plum, the spiced plum type color. And hers is called, I don't know, where's the, let me see. So if anyone wants to buy this directly from Yarn Baby, this is called Eve's Apple, the spiced plum type color. I'm going to go from the Eve's Apple. I'm going to fade it to the Caramel Apple After Dark is what this one's called. And then I'm going to fade from that one that has all the colors in it to this one is Rich. So let me see if I can. Boop. And it's so soft, that yak. It is going to be so soft. And I did a gauge swatch for it a while ago, and I forget what needle I used for the gauge, but I was doing the collar on 3s and I had 5s at the house, and I'm like, I must have done it on gauge on the 5s. And at some point I need to measure this to make sure. This is what I've gotten done so far. I've done the collar and the short rows, and it's so not gonna show up in this lighting on camera, but I've just started. There's like, I've done 1 row of the Caramel Apple After Dark. And I found a blog post that's like, when you're fading, do like, start with color A, do 1 row of color B, and then like 3 rows of color A, and 1 more row of color B, and then 2 rows, and then it's like a 2 and 2, and then so it's like trickle in,
Yeah.
trickle out, right? That's what I'm gonna try with this. It is so soft though. It's so yummy.
I
And
love working back.
it's just, it's like, and this is for me. So it's fingering weight. It's gonna take forever, but it's for me. I was like I'm thinking about during Finish It or Frog It February, pulling out one of my other fingering weight sweaters I started with all the cables on it, the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
Because who else is gonna make a fingering weight sweater? How many people am I gonna inspire to buy yarn for a fingering weight sweater? There are people out there, but I might make another fingering weight sweater, but like for like a guy's sweater out of that as an
Yeah.
example for the shop, like more basic, you know. But I'm taking a break from my mom's scarf to work on this, and I've made most of this progress in the last day. So I'm like,
That is gorgeous.
yeah. I can show you all other yarn I brought. I brought yarn again. I brought a lot of yarn I don't have in the shop. Like, and I probably won't work with any of it because I always overbring. Like, this is the colorway. I have 2 skeins of this. This is Whimsy Stitches. This was his SAF colorway. So for the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, so it's not available anymore. My mom bought me this for my birthday. I might be making a shawl or something, a nice scarf wrap out of this, but probably not here. But I wanted to bring options for personal knitting, you know.
Well,
And I
and
brought stuff
and,
from the Outer Banks. So
and having personal options, you never know what you're gonna feel like. Like you could feel like working on your mom's present, but then you could feel like working on your sweater or starting 5 new ones. It just depends on your mood.
yeah. And honestly, most Christmases, that's what I'd be doing. I've done a whole sweater in a week on Christmas break, and I don't have the energy. I just don't. I brought a Chow Goose Swift from the shop. So if I need to wind anything, I have the option. There was a skein of yarn that I got from my niece for her birthday when we were vacationing in the Outer Banks. And I brought the Swift in case we wanted to wind that up. And she's actually pulled out her white squirrel.
Oh,
And she
cool.
worked on her white squirrel a little like yesterday, which is something she started back in 2019.
Yeah.
So she's finished the back and she's starting the front. I don't know how far we'll get, but that was kind of fun to do a little bit of knitting with her. And I've been testing. Now these won't be in the shop until I can get home and have energy. But I've been testing. This is the one thing that makes it a little odd shaped. I've been testing these little cubes we got from Micah. I'm so excited. We'll start offering these in the new year. This was my travel accessory for all my notions. It's got a keychain. It's got some of the prints, not all of them, some of the prints of the bags we have in the shop. And it's a cube with a little zipper. And I have in here, I have a cable, one of the cable needles I can, oh, there goes a stitch marker that I can actually shape. Not that I need that right now. I've got a bunch of stitch markers. I have a chapstick. I have Burt's Bees chapstick. And on what I do for planes, I have a couple sewing needles in here. What I do for planes, I don't take scissors, although really short scissors should be okay now. I take nail clippers, and smaller ones, these will fit really well. These big ones, I can just manage to squish in, and it doesn't look like a cube anymore, but then
It holds.
yep,
And
I could find this when I was on the plane. I was working on my sister's glove on the plane, and I only dropped my double point needle once. And luckily it was on the flight where no one was sitting next to me because I had to do some contortionist stuff to actually find my double point again. But I did, and I kept going. So yeah. Anyway, though that was my trip out here was much less eventful than last year. Last year I had craziness. This year it was pretty smooth.
you sent me a text going, I'm here. And I was like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, I landed early in Bloomington. I landed, went to use the facilities, went to the baggage check, and my suitcase was already out. I ended up going through the baggage check, or baggage claim, whatever. And I was outside waiting for Dad before he got there. Like, because everything was running so smoothly, we were early, which was great compared to last year, which was insane. Go back and watch our Christmas stuff from last year if you want to know what happened then. But yeah, so we are both trying to rest. You're working a couple days this week, and I appreciate that. And I apologize if it's tiring because I know I'm tired and I'm not even doing stuff.
It's not been bad because I have Wednesday off and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Mhm.
So not been bad. Um, Friday, Bernie is gonna go. We're gonna take Bernie to go get a new pair of boots, and I might go visit a fabric store.
Ooh, fun.
Work has kind of kept me from that, but I think Friday the fabric store is just a little bit further than Bernie's boot place.
Okay.
So
You should go because, I
I
work
only get
so hard, you don't get to go places.
twice a year anyway. So, so I'm going to wear my Christmas dress that I bought from them this summer and see what I can find. And not that I need any more dresses, but I'm working on
But
a
I
winter.
don't need to start any new knitting projects, but I'm going to.
Well, oh, that's what else I started. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
So
Now I
for
want to
this
wind up yarn and start something new, but I want to make progress. Oh, the decisions are so hard. What?
this winter, I bought some Polworth and silk and cashmere to start. I want to do a blending to spinning to knitting sweater. I want to do all the steps.
Oh, wow.
So I started, and this is one of the Rolags with the teal silk in it,
Ooh,
and
that's
it'll
fun.
kind of
Teal
tonal.
silk, like the silk is teal.
The silk is teal.
Oh,
The cashmere is kind of tan, and the Polworth is white. And
okay.
when I spin it, it'll pull that teal. It'll make it tonal,
Oh,
like
it's gonna be fun.
teal, what's going to dye the yarn. Not necessarily dye it, but all the little silk hairs will color the rovings.
That's gonna be really
So
pretty.
I'm doing teal and red
Ooh, in the same sweater?
in the same. I'm gonna stripe it, yeah. And I might do a green or something. I haven't decided, but I started playing around with that. And oh my gosh, it is the softest, yummiest, oh my gosh, sweater.
I just not very accurately measured, but I used my wrist ruler while you were showing stuff because I was looking too. And I measured how many stitches per inch on what I'm making, and it's 6 stitches per inch, and I'm supposed to have a gauge of 24 for 4 inches. So yes.
Yay.
That means I don't have to. Yes, I'm excited to see your sweater though. Like, I'm assuming this is gonna take some time,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's gonna while because I have a pound of Polworth and a half a pound of cashmere and then lots of silk. So and I have to blend it. So
That's awesome.
it's my winter project, and I basically have to sit back here in my room to do it because my room is the coldest room in the house. And because when I spin it, the cashmere and the silk are so warm in my hands
Oh.
that yeah, it's like I'm going to die of, spontaneous combustion if I sit like so.
Oh man. Well, my adventure tomorrow is I'm going to get my hair done. I'm gonna probably chop most of this off. And we're gonna let that be a surprise for y'all when we come back and hopefully film next Tuesday. But that's my big adventure other than like resting here at the house. So are you hoping to spin a bunch this week or
Well, I got done yesterday. I spun my January hair. It's not the hair that I had my heart set on, but that's going to be my February hair or middle of January hair, depending on how I feel about my January hair. Um, I got
hope
it
everybody
all.
followed that? Okay. But
I got it. I had to blend it. It's got silks in it. It's going to be like the hottest set of hair ever because it's got
oh,
silk.
now, see, you told me last night you were cutting your hair and going to bed, and I thought you had taken your dreads out and were actually cutting your hair. And now I'm realizing, no, you were cutting the dreads.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyway, yeah, it was one of my Paradise Fibers spinning boxes. And so I was like, oh well, this will make hair. And then it wasn't going to make a whole batch of hair, so I had to add some. Fortunately, I had all this wonderful silk that I bought for the sweater that I decided not to use in the sweater.
I
And
was
so, yeah.
thinking you have so many dreads already made, you could mix and match, but no, no.
Yeah, even my roping dealer, when I ordered my February set of hair, she was like, "Don't you have a set that's almost exactly like this?" And I went, "Yep, but I'm kind of doing something that was wet felted, and this one's all spun." And she went, "Oh, okay."
I get it. It's all good. So yeah, I think we've been filming for like half an hour now or so. So I don't even know. Whatever. But this should be good for proof of life, and maybe I only have to take a little nap after this. I'm gonna do nails with my niece this afternoon, I think. So I had these fake nails on. Look how long my nails are because the gels I had on them. It's great. I had these holiday fake nails on, and like one popped off after my shower this morning. Like I've had them on for like a day, maybe two. And I'm like, yep, press on nails. Nope, not for me. But I had to try them. So I think I'm gonna put some more gels on, and then I'll have, hopefully those should stay on for a while. So, you know.
It's nice.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
pretty. They're like really dark red, right?
really dark red and they glitter.
Oh, I see. When you did this, I could see some of that. That's great.
Yeah. So they'll
Awesome.
be, till they start falling off, and then oh, I have a second set of them. Ooh.
You can just
I'm
replace as
dark.
you need to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're gonna sign off so I can go see if my niece is finally up. And they sleep hard at this house. So and we'll do some nails and other things. But proof of life, we hope everyone out there is staying as healthy as they can. And bear with us because we might have to take things really slow when we get back. And
It
I put out the newsletter with all of the make-alongs for next year, and then I popped hot, and I have not done anything else since then. So
I will say it's very hard. Like, we were open 10 to 4 Tuesday, and we'll be open 10 to 4 on Thursday. But like all of last week, I worked noon to 3.
yeah.
And noon to 3 is very different from 10 to 4.
Well, I can't even imagine. It's gonna be rough next week, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do what we can. I might talk to Hannah about coming in more days or more half days or something just to help us out.
Yeah.
In case one of us needs to go home. We'll alternate days. Oh man, I was really hoping it would be like sniffles, few days, we're done. Because my dad was like, but most people clear it in like 5 days, right? I'm like, no. The government says after 5 days you can go back to work in a mask. That doesn't mean people are just, that wasn't based on people actually clearing it in 5 days. But you just don't know. Like some
Yeah.
people have very few symptoms and some people don't. And both of us, this is our first time since like this started. And it for what's happening now, I think it hit us pretty hard. I mean, we
Yeah.
weren't hospitalized. We are still here, but it has not been a walk in the park. So
I tell people, like, everybody's like, "So how was it?" And I was like, "Well, people kept telling me not to get bored laying in bed." And I was like, "I need energy to be bored." Like,
I will share with you before we go. So I got to the airport and I went through security and I went to get my water because can't bring the water through security, and maybe some gum in case I needed it for the airplane. And I'm walking up to the counter to pay, and the two people behind the counter were kind of chatting about they're chatting about COVID, and they're like, "Yeah, if you work at the airport, you're going to catch COVID." And I was like, "Yeah, I just got over COVID." And we all started. They were like, "How was it this time?" And one girl had it once or twice, maybe, and the other girl has had it 10 times. 10 times. And that's insane. So
no,
yeah.
I don't want it ever again. Ever.
I would prefer not to get it ever again. We'll see what I do with masking moving forward, but this was not fun.
No.
And I've talked to people who are like, it took 6 to 8 months to get their energy levels back to normal. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We will keep you all apprised. on how we feel. So, but please be patient because, oh my gosh, we went nonstop before we got sick. We did so much at almost every day. And I don't like, I did one thing yesterday and I was done. I went to hang out with Rachel's friends for a couple hours and I was beat. So yeah. Anyway, we love y'all. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with episodes, we hope, we think. All right. Bye.